Jazzy Joe's Vinyl Adventures.
Okay, give me a beat.
Watch this. This.
Hi everyone, welcome to this web series and 11th episode of Jazzy Joe's Vinyl Adventures, the web series where I talk to various collectors, sellers and producers of vinyl records in India. In every episode we feature different lovers and promoters of vinyl records along with my tips about collecting records. This time we are talking to Bikram, Gurung and Dinesh Zunjarrao from Blisstainment. Friends, I am happy to chat with these vinyl producers about their love for vinyl and about their record label Blisstainment. Blisstainment, a brand owned by Basking Shark Private Limited, was formed out of love for music. Bikram and Dinesh, the two young and enthusiastic music lovers, are taking the challenge and trying to change the vinyl experience in India. When the whole world is going digital, Blisstainment guys are putting their heart and soul into creating a platform where anyone, be it an artist or an individual, can fulfill their dreams of releasing their music onto a vinyl. From manufacturing to creating artworks, these guys provide end-to-end solutions for a vinyl release. Apart from creating a platform, they have also ventured into licensing music for vinyl releases from top music labels in India and will be releasing a lot of music on vinyl. It's a great news for all the record lovers and also for those who want to have an exclusive release for themselves. The future looks exciting for these guys as they try to change the outlook of music business through vinyl. They are also coming out with their own website soon where you will have all the information regarding new signings and releases. Looks like these guys at Blisstainment are ensuring exciting times ahead for vinyl lovers around the world. And here we are with Bikram and Dinesh from Blisstainment.
Hi Joe, how are you?
Hi Joe, how are you?
Hi guys,
Hi, guys.
how are you?
Good.
It's great to finally get to talk to you because I'm hearing so many good things about what you guys have been doing in the past couple of years. From behind the curtains, I've heard you've been helping a lot of people come out with vinyl records. You've been taking care of their licensing thing with the companies and everything. And finally, now you have decided to come on stage with your own label called Blisstainment. And I wish you all the best. Let me first congratulate you for that. And I hope that you come out with many relevant albums because this is what we need in the vinyl world right now. As you are very much aware, since you've been helping a lot of people, there are a lot of people who are trying to do a lot, come out with new albums, both soundtracks and private albums, and I think in a way the old saying comes true that you can't keep a good thing down for too long, so vinyl has been around for more than 100 years and it is still going strong, thanks to people like you. But before we get on into the nitty-gritties of the business and the vinyl, I would like to know your personal life stories. I would like to know how, both of you got into music and vinyl, from what age, and which was the first record that you heard, where was it, at your home, or somewhere else. So one of you can start, Dinesh or Bikram.
I'll start with my story. So Joe, like my thing with the music started quite early in the when I was a child. So it was always surrounded with music. A lot of people doing all the guitar stuff and all those band stuff, So it started early, and then started working, going for a job. Started again company only. I was quite fortunate to work with a music company like Sony Music, the 2004, 2003. So it's been like 17, 18 years in the music industry. And the last company where we worked, me and Dinesh both were there in the company. It was in the years, I think 2016, 17, when we thought that, I think the CD business was going down, cassette business already gone. It was so much influenced by the digital world and everything, right? And we thought like, there is this there's this kind of people who still are looking for music to own it on a physical format, basically on LP, because
Yeah.
16, from 14 to 15 onwards, the LP boom started in India. It started
Okay.
early in US and Europe, but I think in India in 14, 15 it started. So we thought that
Okay.
company, and we were like quite fortunate to be in that company where our company allowed us to work on the vinyl thing, and we were we were on the same team in that company where we started researching for vinyls, what are the things required, what are the processes do we need, what are the
Okay.
systems that. But of course, manufacturing plant is not there in India. It is always in Europe or US. So we had to
Yeah.
manufacture this in Europe and US only. But yeah, all the other packaging, all the materials, all the artworks, everything is done locally here by Mr. Dinesh
Okay.
here.
Bikram, do you remember your first record? Do you
Yeah,
remember the first album?
yeah. So it was. I think it was the album was always. I was more into international music. So I was. I think the first LP vinyl which I listened to was, I think, Eagles, the best of Eagles. Okay, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, the sound, the aura of that vinyl, the playing that vinyl thing, like hit
Yeah.
us. I mean, in a big way.
And what about you, Dinesh?
Uh,
What was your first experience with a vinyl record?
See, I'm actually a hardcore Hindi music like OST lover. So best part is like when Bikram was selling the actual catalog, when
Okay.
he was actual in a music selling, and at that time I was a music buyer. So I used to go on the Kalagoda and different like Ridhama,
Oh,
Mappa,
yes, yes.
and I just buy those stuff where actually spend the money and buy the stuff, because I was working in an advertising agency. I was there for a long time. I was there in an advertising agency as a creative person. So I was a hardcore music.
What was that moment when both of you decided that come, let's make vinyl? And what was that decision based on? I mean, why vinyls? Because it's not a very commercial viable thing in today's times. Yes, they're coming out. Yes, people are buying them, but it is not like it used to be in the 60s and 70s. So you have to be a little, crazy. You have to be very passionate. So what was that decision between both of you that come, let's make vinyl, or let's begin to help people coming out with vinyl?
You know,
How
as
did that happen?
as Dinesh stated, no, I mean, we were always music lovers, be it cassettes or CDs or vinyls, right? I mean, recently we've joined the vinyl community, but earlier it was
Yeah.
always cassettes, everything was there. So
Yeah.
music was always there. And the day we both sat and we discussed, because before that we had a lot of queries from a lot of people saying that
Okay.
these certain titles, they have some rights of that albums, they want to release it.
Yeah.
But the visibility in India, sourcing it from abroad, and all this going through all the customs and everything, import export things, it was very hectic for any individual to do that. So we thought,
Okay.
like, as a person, as a music buyer or music listener, why don't we do something so that people can come and easily get this done? Because there are a lot of processes which are required, from sound mastering, checking the sound, to artwork
Very
design, to
true.
artwork approval. There are a lot of things which are required to create one successful vinyl. So
Yeah.
we thought like this is a good idea, because we already had a business kind of knowledge in the music industry. So like I have said, as I said, 15, 20 years in the industry, handling sales and marketing. This guy was there in the ad agency. So we had that business acumen from a business point of view. But yeah, from a fan or from a connoisseur point of view, we always thought, okay, let's create an app platform where we can do something. So I mean, fortunately, we sat together one day, we decided, and then went through the processes and checked with many manufacturers in the Europe, in the US, lot of twos and fros, lots of bargaining, and lots, because we know, because this vinyl thing is like quite expensive to manufacture.
What about you, Dinesh? Was it your idea, or which one had the idea first?
So basically, it's our like collective effort and like collective idea, because we have seen people like when we are in our previous company, we have seen people like coming and approaching companies saying, okay, we need to come out
Okay.
with a vinyl, and we've seen people how much passionate people are about the vinyl. So we thought, why they're doing something in the music industry, why not we help them and and try to create something which will be they will be calling this platform or their own platform. Like where there are people who have been with us from last 2 years, and we work as a team. And we have come up with a really good products. Like there are products in the market where actually we know for the past 2 years we know in market for that particular product.
Fantastic. When it comes to vinyl, I mean, most of the vinyl collectors, when we ask them why vinyl, why not digital, why not CDs, so the biggest argument they give is the sound, analog sound. So, what about your releases? Are you working on some format to maybe press it on analog, or are you trying to process the sound in such a way that it comes as close as possible to analog? What do you think about that?
I'm going to add to your point on difference between digital and vinyl. No?
Okay.
Apart from the sound is the main important thing. The other factor is like you don't own that digital music basically. You have an app. As long as you subscribe it, it's there and you can listen to anytime. But it's not like owning. Tomorrow, if that company stops or closed down, then all the things, your playlist, whatever you call it, it's all gone, right? Vinyls or cassettes, that you own it. That's your own property. That is another major thing. I mean, apart from the sound. Okay, coming back to your question, definitely in today's time, getting an analog format from a music company or from artists, it's very difficult. It's actually impossible, because most of the music companies where we approach for soundtracks and everything, it's all I would say remastered.
Yes.
But
they have all stored it on digital format. They converted that long ago. So now even the masters they have are on digital formats. Very true.
So what we plan to, what we are doing and what we seek to do in the future is also like make the sound as much that what do you call, match it to the level of an LP. Of course, I'm not sure where we do the 100% matching, but we try to match that quality of the LP, LP analog system. But yeah, I mean, definitely it's all digital remaster. Most of this are, but we try. I mean, we approach companies, we approach music companies, and if we in future if we happen to get if we are lucky enough to get that, definitely we'll be more than happy to do that on an analog, pressing and everything.
What about the cover art? What do you feel about the cover art? For me, I'm someone who thinks that the cover art is a canvas for information, for photographs, for unique things that you can provide in the record, like the record behind you, the Indian Ocean. They had a booklet inside the record. And what do you feel about the cover art? Do you think your forthcoming releases, are you going to work on the cover art so that it's not just the CD cover replicated on the cover? What do you guys feel?
So basically, what we're trying to do is again here we're trying to give experience to the people. We want that factor. The person who's, if he's holding that cover, he should have that nostalgia feeling, like okay, I am in that era and I'm handling, and as you said, okay, I'm having that canvas in front of me. The problem is, the lot of music companies they are because they have stored digitally all the and the tracks. We were having a lot of difficulty to source all these images. But what we are trying to do is we are like doing our best, and trust me, we will come up with a cover art where people will have that actual experience of that kind of era, and it will be like a collective item, like collective thing.
Okay.
So we are putting that kind of effort. Let's see how it progress, but we will make sure that when we come with the album, people should have that experience, and people should keep it as a collectible thing. So we will put that effort, that's for sure.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, can I pick your brains and ask you something about your future releases? Can you talk about them right now? Maybe one or two. Can you give us some hint of what you guys are working on and what we can expect?
Actually, we can only say, कि, okay, we are coming with very very
Okay.
vibrant and very different label.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Bikram can add to this. Unfortunately, we can't tell the album right now, but definitely in
No, not the name, not the name, but just maybe some hints. This is the collector in me. I'm just getting excited. So, just some hints. Are they soundtracks? Are they private albums? Something like that.
yeah,
It's a mix of
it's a mix of both.
both private albums, and the soundtrack.
Okay.
But definitely, it's all most of it will be Bollywood based, right? And
Yeah.
Yes.
we've already signed one music label, which we can announce in course of time. But
Yeah.
yeah, and we're seeking, and we approaching a lot of music labels, to have their catalogs with us for vinyl pressing and everything. I mean, one or two has already been done, and the process of manufacturing, releasing is already on, and there will be
Yeah.
more in the next 5 to 6 months, right? So you see, I mean, from May onwards, you're going to see a lot of vinyls coming to Indian
And my
market and Indian
classical album.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I wish you guys all the best for all these releases. As a collector, I'm quite excited about this news that you guys are working on all these albums. You can answer this. That do you think that vinyl will ever come back to the position that it was in the 60s, 70s? Or do you think that this is just a passing phase? Or do you think that no, there are people who will keep the vinyl alive, will keep it strong, so there will always be a niche market, no matter what happens? What do you guys feel about it?
So actually, it has already come, I guess. In the West, it has already gone, right?
Okay.
I mean, if you go by the sales figure, what the data is available, it is already. I mean, of course, volume-wise, it might not. It's not touching that CD volume, but yeah, I mean, it's almost there. In India,
Okay.
uh, just the current music scenarios, no music company is releasing anything, right?
Okay.
So people have forgotten almost. Cassettes are already gone. CDs, a little here and there, and surge we see in the vinyl from 2012, 2013 onwards in India, it's huge, right? We see it's going to be there. It's going to grow 100% every year. That's for sure. Because a lot of people are now joining this vinyl community. There are a lot of
Okay.
that's in India, which is not there 2 3 years ago. There are a lot of companies in India, to get it released. I mean, there are a lot of distributors being created within India for turntables.
Yeah.
So the kind of turntables which are coming in India, just imagine the vinyls will definitely come, because without vinyls, turntables is nothing, right? So we
Yeah.
see huge surge which is coming, and from a business perspective, we also feel. I mean, we also feel that okay, this business is going to be there for the next 20, 20, 30, 40 years. That's why we ventured into this thing. We want this music companies to understand this thing is there.
Yeah.
We want ourselves. We want to do something for the so that it's not washed out, because it's
Yeah.
there. The people like you, the niche community. Of course, definitely, it will never touch that CD volume. But yeah, there's a niche market. There's a niche kind of people who wants to own it. A lot of new people, young people who are joining the bandwagon of vinyl. So it is there. I definitely think it is going to be. I mean, next 1 or 2 years, you'll see a lot of releases coming to India. Locally, Hindi releases will be there. Local regional releases will be there. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of getting being feasibility. Feasibility is a problem with vinyls. Manufacturing abroad, bringing it to India, it's a kind of a lengthy process, because normally it takes 2.5, 3 months to release. I mean, any vinyl, from the time you place your orders to the manufacturer. So that is one bigger. Otherwise, I think next 6 months you'll see lot of new titles, a lot of old titles getting repressed, released in India. I mean, that's for sure. We will be the frontliners. We will be the bandwagon. We will keep the flag high, and we'll see that here this is the vinyl time, and here is. I mean, in India, be
Wonderful.
ready. I mean, there are a lot of titles coming up. Yeah.
Wonderful. What about you, Dinesh? I see you nodding your head. What do you feel about this?
So basically, whenever it requires, the best part is if the new customer, if you're seeking new users, new buyer. So earlier the age group was a different thing, like 40 to 40 plus. So right now what we're seeing is like 30 plus people have started buying vinyls. So that is a
Oh,
good, yeah, that is a good part. And so coming years we are actually looking at like that age group should change. Like it should be start like 20 plus. The moment 20 plus people are started buying using vinyls, that the community will automatically grow. Like
okay.
people like this digital era, people also now understand, and they have developed that taste for vinyls, and that is very important.
Okay, now I want to ask something personal. I want to know, both of you, if you can name one vinyl each that is your favorite. One record, which maybe it can be Indian, it can be from abroad, that you imported, and why is it special? One vinyl, maybe memories, you know.
Mine is always going to be Eagles. I mean, the whole California album.
Okay.
First, I think that is the first album that I heard when I started listening to music. In our surrounding, from the hilly area, a lot of these things, the Eagles, all these, 90 GN, Guns N' Roses, and everything. These stuff will first hit you in your ears. So I was like, for me, Eagles is, the best album in the whole of California. And then like many more into rock genre
Yeah.
and rock and pop
Yeah.
genre. So I
What about you, Dinesh? What about you?
Uh, actually, it will be it. I guess taking one name won't be justified to the vinyl community, because hardcore Hindi OST fan. Like, so you
Oh,
name the.
okay.
I've heard a lot of things. So Mughal Azam,
Okay. What an
yeah.
album. Amazing.
So right from like Mughal Azam to 1942, a love story, to my recent
Yeah.
like colonial album, which these guys have recorded. So these all are my favorite.
Now I want to ask both of you, if there was one album in history that you wish that you had come out with, the vinyl, it could be any artist in the past, maybe 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, which album would that be?
I will go for it with Mughal Azam.
Okay. Okay, fantastic.
mine will be Pink Floyd The Wall. I mean,
Okay, The Wall. Okay.
which producing David Gilmour and all the Floyd's band. I mean,
What about the cost of records? That is one factor. That's a big factor in India, especially. Do you think that the cost can come down in the future, or do you think that it might get more expensive as time goes by?
no,
What do you guys think?
you are correct. I mean, in a way that the current scenario is that cost is quite high, and
Okay.
somebody has to make vinyl. I mean, I can tell you exactly the cost, but yeah, it's almost up to 1,000 rupees they have to pay just for manufacturing, and then put all those artworks and everything together, right? So, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that's why, I mean, we wanted to create a platform, where a lot of people comes, and we manufacture a lot of times. When the volume goes up, then your cost will come down definitely.
Okay.
Currently, volume is not that much, right? The number of titles getting released are not much, so that's where the
Yeah.
cost is in a big way. But
Yeah.
once, we hope and we wish to revive this complete, vinyl business. If we have that much of content with us to release in vinyls, definitely the cost will go down, irrespective of your forex charge, irrespective of what the rupee holds against dollars or pound or euro. I think if the number of titles, the volume goes up, definitely the cost will come down, and that's our actually intention. Our target is also to make it more feasible for people, for other people to release their albums. That's what we were thinking. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah. What about you, Dinesh? What do you feel?
See, so whatever right now what we are offering, we are trying to give the best in the cost, available. Like he said, the import cost plus the artwork cost and the actual manufacturing cost. We are trying to do the best. Like he said, if the volume increase, we will try to put like slightly reduce the cost, but it's again depend. And there are a lot of things like it's not about only manufacturing or only producing the inlay, and putting it. The duties are there, and freights are there. There are a lot of charges which is
plus, plus the music labels.
labels.
Now that's those are the big giants there. Those
Okay.
top, man.
The royalty part is
It's huge. So it really
Okay.
big time. The manufacturing cost is anyways high, and put your royalty cost. It's quite huge. I mean, that's what our intention. That's what like target is like to convince both this manufacturing part and the label part to work out something so that it comes into one thing and it makes it very feasible for any person to release vinyls. Because that's the only way. If the cost comes down, if the pricing comes down for the end consumer, then definitely this vinyl surge will be accepted in India. Of course, currently it's quite on the higher side. We agree that.
Yeah.
But we are, trust us. We're working, towards that. Bring all the people together and just ensuring that the costs are limited and more and more people can enjoy this vinyl stuff. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Here's hoping that the cost comes down, and maybe we have a plant in India so that more and more people can buy vinyl and enjoy what we are enjoying right now. Enjoy the sound of it, enjoy the look of it, the whole experience. And I know you guys are busy, so thank you so much for taking out all this time and talking to me. It means a lot, to the vinyl lovers in India. And here's wishing you guys all the best for your future releases. And you have a customer in me for sure, And thank you guys.
Also our
Yeah.
honor, it's also a privilege to be in your session, in your part, in your Instagram feed. I mean, we've heard a lot about you, the kind of experience you hold, the kind of of course the experience you hold in the music industry, being in the music front, playing or spinning all those discs over the years. You are the kind of pioneer, people in the industry. So it's been we're honored to be part of it. So and let's meet again. Let's do something when we have our releases ready. We'll again come back to your channel and we'll
Definitely. Definitely. Whenever you guys decide to make a non-stop album, I'm the guy.
So we a lot of people dance.
Yeah. Exactly. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. All the best. Yeah. Take care. Now, it's time for the collector's tip of this episode for new vinyl collectors. This time, I would like to talk about buying turntables before collecting your records. You just can't start a vinyl collection without a turntable or a record player to play the records on. This is much easier than you might expect, as the rising interest in vinyl recordings around the world has led to a revival in record player manufacturing. Many leading stores are selling them, both new and second-hand. Most turntables are likely to be pretty generic and may cost in the $100 range. But if you're truly serious about analog or audio perfection, then you'll likely want to visit a specialty studio shop to buy a superior sound system. A professional record player can cost you as much as $300 or more, even more if you add the equalizers, speakers, amplifiers, etc. Especially DJ professional turntables like Techniques or even old second-hand ones like a few garage models. The better the turntable in quality and name, the more it will cost you. Of course, you can also search online for old and rare turntables, but this can be a risky proposition as it is difficult to determine the quality of the player without hearing it firsthand. You'll definitely want to hear the record player before purchasing it, as only a good record player will ensure that you will enjoy your record collection for years to come. And now, we come to the end of this episode featuring Bikram and Dinesh from Blisstainment. Do tune into our next episode, which will once again be talking about vinyl and the people who love them in India. I hope all of you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel and like and share this video so that others can appreciate vinyl too. You can also send any questions, suggestions or feedback to this email, jazzyvinyl@yahoo.com. For my vinyl collector friends, happy collecting, and for everyone who's watching, thank you and hope to see you in the next episode. Till then, take care and long live the vinyl.
Watch this. This.